Alright, so I should be live as of right now. We'll head over to YouTube, even though the premiere doesn't start in 10 minutes. We'll head over there. I don't want to watch Nasher. Sorry. There we go. There is a premiere. 9 minutes. All right. All right. Let's see what happens with this premiere. Let's see what happens with this premiere. See if it's actually good or not. See if this made any big changes or anything like that. I'm hoping they fix a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff with just the online aspect of it. I'm also currently watching the Formula One race that hasn't started yet. It's been delayed. It was supposed to start at 9 o'clock, and it's still delayed. So I was hoping I could watch the race, then come on here, do a live stream, and then all that stuff. But I'm currently doing a live stream and watching the Formula One race, even though it's not really a race. So, yeah. Six minutes. 6 minutes. Apparently, this one's gonna be a long one. This one's gonna be like 27 minutes. They said, or people said it's gonna be like 27 minutes. So hopefully, they actually show us some actual gameplay and not just over rendered, like make it look good footage. I want to see actual gameplay. What are you guys hoping for with this? Come on, 4 minutes. I should really start my the live streams a little bit later than the actual premiere. I hope the goalie isn't a tragedy. Is to play in the EASHL to make us trip out less in our crease. I want the 2K intro with the light show, but that's not going to happen. The one thing I wish they fixed is the cross-crease goals. The cross-crease goals, the glitch goals, just make it fair between everyone, where it takes skill to actually win a game. It actually takes skill to win a game, so. I know some people love like the high scoring goals and everything like that, the high scoring games, I mean. But yeah, to me it's more fun when it's competitive, where like when the game's tied 1-1 and there's only like 5 minutes left or 3 minutes left in the third period, and you have to like really work to get that goal, to get that win. To me, that is a lot better than losing by 10 when people know the glitch goals. So that's one thing I wish they fix. Warm-up mode instead of lobbies. Warm-up mode would be, well, they would kind of have practice, and I never used the practice. I never used the practice like mode ever. So I've never found a need for it. In the beginning when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's cool. You can actually go in, warm up a little bit, then start playing. But I never used it. Like, me and my friends never used it. So to me, it was kind of pointless. It's one of those things they added just to take our minds off like the glitch goals and everything like that. But everyone always remembers the glitch goals. Alright, the premiere will begin shortly. Alright. Let's do this. Let's see if there's anything new. By the way, if you guys want to join my Discord, I think there'll be a link in the description to this. I don't know. There is a link in the description to my Discord if you guys actually want to join it. After the live stream, we can go there and talk and everything like that. You guys can voice your opinions there. Just make sure you do it in the hockey discussions tab of the Discord server. But other than that, oh crap, this music again. I actually got copyrighted by the by the tennis association. The American Tennis Association. for this music. I disputed it and I won. But like my live stream, I got a copyright and I disputed it. And I said like it's the YouTube video premiere music. So the US Tennis Association removed the copyright claim. So hopefully that does not happen again. It will probably happen again. So alright, 10 seconds. Here we go. Here we go, boys and girls. Alright.
Welcome everyone.
I love their showing Xbox every time.
NHL in depth. My name is Clappy.
Alright.
I'm the NHL 22 community manager. The goal of this series is to provide you with a full look at each of your favorite modes and areas of the game. We will be talking extensively through numerous areas of the game and be joined by various members of our development team to best explain what's new. We've collected your feedback throughout the year, and it was a major factor in our thinking and design for NHL 22, so I'd like to thank you for your continued support and feedback. Please keep it coming. Here's when you can expect more information on the following areas, so make sure you stay tuned to our YouTube, Twitch, and other social channels to stay best informed on NHL 22. We will also have an update around the closed technical test, so stay tuned to hear more about that. With all that said, welcome to NHL 22 In-Depth for the World of Chel. I'm now joined by Ariel, who is our World of Chel associate producer.
Hello, Clappy. Yes, I'm the World of Chel associate producer.
You know what? The menus actually look pretty clean.
The last 8 years.
The menus do look pretty clean.
Let's start by talking about the revamped World of Chel hub, because there's a lot to unpack with this. Visually, it looks quite different. What was the inspiration for this look?
Well, what World of Chel means to us is that it's our own world of hockey. It's a place where hockey is first, when people engage and love their sport. And what we wanted to do this year was to bring that feeling, that festive feeling, into an actual place, an event that happens in the World of Chel. So what we're doing this year is we brought that environment that we had in previous year and we landed in an actual place that represent all these feelings and ideas that we have for World of Chel. And we think it's a wonderful tool to immerse players. This environment will reflect on the state of the season, what's going on at the World of Chel at that given moment. And it also reflects your progression with your club, since when you are participating in ESHL club games, your environment changes to your own arena. So as you progress, as you grow as a club, as a brand, you get that environment to reflect that growth as well.
Let's talk screen flow. The previous UI caused you have to do a lot of button clicking to get to your destination. Can you speak to the changes to the overall mode navigation and how now it's a lot easier?
Yeah, sure. One of our pillars this year was non-linear navigation of the screens. So World of Chel is a massive mode. It's full of features, but those features require screens, right? The way we were setting that up in previous years, it was a little bit...
The menus do look good.
Navigate from
they're still sticking with like a yellow theme.
How would you get your friends to join you? So
hopefully the audio is good for the video. Let me know.
How can we make that flow to be non-linear? So
if like the video audio is good.
Right now, you start the game and you can select the mode like immediately, but you can also tab away and see other flows of the mode. So let's say you're looking at your club options and you want to see your stats. You can very quickly jump to that part of the flow and see all the information that you care about. This is also supported during the dressing room. So you pick a mode, you enter the dressing room, and as you're waiting for your friends, you decide to customize or to change your loadouts or even check your rewards and opening them. And
it is quicker going to like different like the customizations and stuff. It's quicker
in terms of how we really open up the whole mode, and we no longer lock it into screens that require going back and forth.
Can you talk about some of the new functionality when it comes up to partying with your friends and how now you won't have to back out of the dressing room just to re-enter another one when switching modes?
Sure, we're very excited about this feature. Now we support what we call the social widget. And the social widget allows you to invite all your friends without even having to choose a mode to play in. They will join your session and you can still use all the screens and flows in World of Chel. But once all your friends have joined you, you can choose a mode and
Pretty much all they
friends
did
will
was
come
just
with you
clean it up.
into the dressing room.
That's-
So they no longer
They
have
did-
to
they
wait
just
for
cleaned it
you
up a
to
little bit.
choose a dressing room, send all the invites, join the session to be with you. You can get them to join your experience as soon as you boot up World of Chel. And it's not just that, we also added functionality. So once you have your team set up in a mode and you want to change, let's say you start playing a threes eliminator game as you're waiting for the rest of your team. Then the rest of your team join in and you can migrate your whole party to a different mode. So let's say your goalie joins, now you can move to 3v3. And that's completely seamless. No one has to leave the party, no one has to back out. You press a button, you choose a mode, and everybody goes with you.
That sounds like a huge improvement, and not having to back out of the dressing room and just re-enter.
Yeah, it
to
makes it a
play
lot easier.
Specific mode. Now, just being able to navigate through one user is a huge benefit to everyone that I think we'll all appreciate. So, once I'm in someone's party, do I now have the freedom to navigate to other areas while remaining in the group?
For sure, the entire World of Chel is open, even if you're in a dressing room in someone else's party. You can access your customization, you can change your loadouts, check your rewards, or check your stats. We no longer limit what you can do in World of Chel once you are in a dressing room.
Let's move to the main edition this year, and the thing I'm most excited to talk about. Our fans have been asking for an increased level of customization when it comes to their skater and just more overall freedom with their attributes and how they play on the ice. I'm happy to report that your voice has been heard loud and clear and was the main inspiration for this feature coming to life. Now, Ariel, can you give the fans a full run through of the revamped loadout system?
Let me start with a shout out to James Capaduca, who is our lead game designer for World of Chel. He's a huge advocate for giving players the freedom to be creative. So he came up with the system that will allow them to really express themselves on the ice. All the classes that our players love are coming back, but this time they have an edge, and that edge is the X-Factor zone abilities. The new X-Factor zone abilities will have a huge impact on how the class plays on the ice. And as players level up, they will have up to 5 different abilities to choose from. And we're talking about abilities that really drive the fantasy of the class they are playing. For example, the sniper can have 1T and be exceptional in power and accuracy when doing one-timers. That completely changes the way you strategize on the ice and what you bring to the club and the team you're playing with.
So you're going to have to experiment with each class to get a feel of how each X Factor will affect your play on the ice.
That's exactly what we want. We want our players to try other classes and try their zone abilities to see if they fall in love with them. Because now that playmaker can be further customized to the player liking. So this really opens up the options they have. It's no longer just
Technically,
12
it is a
classes.
custom
It's 12
build.
classes that have like really impactful decisions.
It's not a custom
inside
build that
can
people
really
wanted,
change the way
but
they
technically
play on
it
the
is a
ice.
custom
So tell us
build.
a bit about the superstar abilities and what those are bringing to the table.
Superstar
It
abilities
sucks
are
that,
also
like,
very impactful on the ice, but a little
I don't
less
know.
so than
Like,
zone abilities.
this looks like the technical
cool thing about
preview
superstar abilities is
that we're
they're
gonna
not
get,
limited
because,
by
like,
class. We
you
have
can see
loads
his
of
gamer
superstar
tag, or the
abilities
gamer
for
tag that they're
players to
using
choose.
is
What's
going
cool
around in
about
the screen like a
superstar
watermark.
abilities is that they definitely bring an edge
So,
on the ice, but they can
but
be used by all classes. So they are not limited by your class. So let's say you want a defensive defenseman, but you want to have a shooting edge. You can use superstar abilities to achieve that. This completely opens up the customization for the classes because now you can really tune what you want your character to do on the ice.
They got custom
and do
builds, but
excel.
not the way that
Superstar
people thought.
abilities are unlocked by leveling up.
So
But in
technically
order
they
to
didn't
equip
lie,
them,
but
you
they
have to
did.
use the
But
attribute
it's
customization system and meet a rating.
it's
for
EA.
Can you
So
tell us more about that attribute customization system? That's one of the largest requests we get every year, is the ability to customize attributes to your liking after you select your initial class.
oh, there you go.
Sure, this is one of the most critical systems in our new loadout.
You can
feature.
customize the
This
abilities.
system will give players the freedom to tune and modify their ratings while keeping the game balanced on the ice. And that was a critical design pillar for us. We want to get our players to be expressive, we want them to be creative, but we also want to keep the game balanced, and we also want to keep the classes to still feel meaningful and differentiate them on the ice. So what we did is we separated the ratings into different categories. Those categories are what we call attributes. You have technique, power, playstyle, tenacity, and tactics. And this system will allow players to move up to 5 points from one rating to another. Each rating has a specific cost assigned to them. So let's say a player wants to increase body checking, which is a really useful skill on the ice. They might have to sacrifice other ratings, and the other ratings they sacrifice might not have the same amount of points associated to them. So for example, offensive awareness would require sacrificing 3
Seems like way
points
too
in
much
order
customized.
to
Like it
accommodate
seems like
2
way too
points
much to
in
me.
body checking. This is done to keep the balance in the game, and also
Like some
to
people
provide
find a
players
class that's
with
absolutely
smart
perfect,
and
put it
fun
online, and then
ways
people will copy
to-
it.
to
That's how
customize their
that's how it will
character.
turn out.
If all the amazing ratings in our game are very easy to increase, then everybody would do that, and we would
Like for me,
boost
I would
all
have
the
I would
different
work
combinations
on
possible.
wrist
Now
shot,
players will
speed,
actually have to make
face off,
conscious
and
decisions of how they want to play on the ice. We want our players
What is the
to
other one?
really understand their decisions. So what we added this year is a description of what the rating does.
I forget the other
So
ability that I
now
would.
there are no secrets for our players. Our players can come in, tune their class to their liking, modifying the ratings, and getting exactly what they are looking for on the ice.
This is really good stuff and exactly what players have been asking for. What if I want to increase a specific attribute more than just +5? Because you know everyone's going to immediately see how high they can get their speed. So is there a way to, add on to that +5?
Face offs
that
and
you can
deking
edit
I would put up
attributes
because
alone?
Players can
I mostly
still
play centerman
modify
with my
their physical
club.
attributes
So
by changing their height and weight. But on top of that, we added boosts. Boosts are flat increases to a rating of the player liking. There are no negative effects tied to them, but players will have to meet a rating threshold. For example, slapshot timing gives you slapshot accuracy, but
just
requires
upgrade
your hand-eye
individual
to be
attributes.
over 80. This allows the boost to give that extra edge to the character, while at the same time remain balanced.
You
in
can
the
never
overall
expect
all
what
zone abilities, superstar abilities, and
what EA
boosts
can,
are
like,
unlocked through our level
it's
progression
EA.
system.
Like what
so
you
as you play, you level
at the end of the
up, and you
day,
are going to
they're
get
like
more and more things to play with. But we're also
they say they care about the
going to be
community and they don't.
releasing
So
some special superstar abilities and boosts throughout the seasons.
This
So
is the way she
each
goes.
season will have new things for you to play on to shake up the meta and hopefully get even more creativity out of our community.
Level progression has been a big ask from people, so I'm glad that's getting implemented, and it's going to be interesting to see how these new superstar abilities and boosts potentially change up the meta season to season when they're added.
Yeah, players will see their playstyle evolve as they level up, and on top of that, we will be dropping more superstar abilities and boosts during the season. So each season will have the opportunity for them to shake up their strategies and come up with a new meta.
So it's safe to say that players will have more control over their skater than ever before.
This was the #1 thing in our minds. We want to give tools to our players to really customize how they play on the ice.
but have
Because
the number one thing in your mind, not have glitch goals
in which players can be themselves.
where clubs
And
can win
that's
100
expressing
games and
themselves
lose
through
2.
customization, but that's also
Like,
how
that's
they play
ridiculous.
on the ice, how they get
That should be the number one thing in
their
your mind.
achievements on the ice. And how can you feel proud about that when you
That's
don't
just
feel
that's just
yourself.
me though.
So we think that these systems are going to allow them to really break the classes into something that feels unique and personal to them. I think it's important to mention that World of Chel is still the same very inviting mode that it was in the past. You can compete on the ice even being level 1 because we have all the systems available to our players, but we remain balanced on the ice. So as a level 1, you can face a level 50 and you will have the same chances of winning than them because the system is always balanced for everybody to have a great experience.
We also worked with some
The system's
creators to
balanced
give
for
them early
everyone to have
access
fun.
create their own custom builds.
Or to
Let's see
whatever
what
he
they
said.
came up
That
with.
system's
For
not
my goal
balanced
this
at
year,
all.
I'm going with the playmaker class at 5'7", 170 pounds. I'm right-handed, so I made my player a right-handed player as well. I chose Third Eye as my zone ability because it gives me a large increase to pass assist with exceptional ability to auto saucer passes out of a player's field of vision. And I chose that because I like to make passes that the opponents don't typically see, where my body may not be in the best position, but I still want to be able to get the passes to my opponents so they can score a goal. For my superstar ability, I chose Tape to Tape. And the reason being is because it's going to give me advanced power and accuracy on auto saucer and backhand passes within my vision. I want to use that again to kind of hammer down on getting accurate passes to my teammates, so that way they can bury for me and I can load up the apples. For my second superstar ability, I'm going with Elite Edges. This is going to give me advanced maneuverability with the ability to turn tight corners while retaining high speed. I want to do this year because I like to take quick cuts in the offensive zone, and that'll give me that extra edge to get past the defenseman and put the puck in the back of the net. For my boost, I chose controlled passing so I can have even more accurate passes, as well as offensive timing to increase my hand-eye, so that way I'll have a little bit more accuracy on one-timers, be able to handle tough passes from my opponents, as well as deflect pucks in front. Going through my technique attributes, I decided to take 2 away from my wrist shot accuracy because I still want to keep it, high, but not too high, so I kept it at 80. My slap shot accuracy, I dropped to 77, so I took away 5 points there, and I increased my speed by 5, and as well as my balance by 2, and I also took away 5 agility. Again, the reasoning behind that is because I am playing as a smaller build. An 83 agility player for me is still going to work for my likings. For my power attributes, I decided to take 5 off of my wrist shot power and 5 off my slap shot power to then increase my acceleration by 5 and my puck control by 4. To do this, I also had to decrease my endurance by 5. Reason being, I don't shoot the puck a whole lot, and I wanted to make sure I could keep my speed up, be able to get on quick breakaways at my teammates' feet, and that way I can put the puck in the back of the net. For my playstyle attributes, I was able to get my passing up to 99 with an increase in boosts and as well as the attributes individually. I unfortunately had to take away 5 to my offensive awareness, up to 7 on my body checking due to my height and weight, and then 3 on my stick checking to then be able to put +4 to my defensive awareness. I'm doing this because I still want to be a strength in the offensive zone, but I don't want to be too bad in the defensive zone where it's going to be a liability for my team. For my tenacity attributes, I decided to boost my hand-eye very high, up to +7 with my boosts included, in order to be able to deflect pucks, pick up passes from my teammates, and again, have a better accuracy for one-timers. To do so, I did have to take a little bit off my strength and a little bit off my durability and a lot of my shot blocking because for me, whenever I shot block, I typically myself get in the way of the lane, so I don't think I'm going to rely too much on the animation to get that block. For my tactics attributes, Deking at 83 was perfect for me. I decided to boost my faceoffs up +5 to 90 to make sure that I have the highest faceoff rating against my opponents. To do so, I had to move my discipline
This guy
down to
builds.
79, and my fighting skill
It
down
does
to
suck.
7, which to me, I don't fight, so that's okay. I was willing to reduce
does
those
suck.
points, that way I could put it more so on my faceoffs. This is the build I'm
Like,
gonna
he
be
took
rocking
away
with
from
in
his
NHL 22.
wrist shot
Try it
accuracy,
out, let me know what you think.
but
and have fun
he
on the
put
ice
up
this
his
year.
hand, like
In
his
NHL
hand-eye
22,
coordination
my goalie
too.
build is all about speed and reaction.
Weird.
time.
It's a
I build
weird
my
build.
goalie to take up as much of the net that I can, as well as being as athletic as possible, so I can keep up with the play and get myself in the right positions needed to make saves. I start off with the hybrid class. Hybrid goalies get a boost to their overall athleticism. Speed, agility, vision, and shot recovery are all attributes I value as a human goalie in ESHL. I set my height to 6'5". I want my goalie
I
to
could
pick up
tell
as
that
much
EA
net
put this
as
build
possible
together,
so opposing skaters
and these
don't
guys
have
are just
trouble
reading off a
scoring
script.
goals,
I could
and it
tell.
gives my goalie some extra
I could
reach
tell.
on
I could tell by
shots
like
and
how they're
extremities.
talking.
While this penalizes my 5-hole attribute, I'd much rather rely on my reaction time with the manual butterfly to drop down than the game using an auto animation and speeding that up for me. Being tall also increases your vision. This lets my goalie see around screens and react better to deflections, which are constant in games of 6v6. Next, I set my weight to 190 pounds. This is the lightest I can possibly go without penalizing my speed and agility attributes. Again, I want my build to be as fast as possible, so the lighter the better. I don't bother going to 180 pounds this year, as my rebound control is penalized the lighter I get. Sticking at
Balanced game, but he has 99
is the most
speed passing.
efficient
Yeah,
build for all of my attributes.
weirdest build ever.
New to NHL 22 are the zone and superstar abilities. Just like
They're
skaters,
definitely
us
reading
goalies
off
get
a
to
script,
choose
and
from a
these are
variety
EA
of
builds,
X-Factors
not
to
their
help improve
builds.
our games under certain conditions. Hybrid zone abilities will be different than stand-up and butterfly. And while I personally like the stand-up and butterfly zone abilities a bit better, I understand the need for balance with the hybrid build. I choose to use the butterfly effect zone ability to increase my recovery and ability to make saves while moving with or against momentum in the butterfly position. When opponents take the puck behind the net, I do my best to drop to butterfly and get near the post without actually using hug post. This gives me finer control over my movements around the posts, so when a pass goes out front or someone attempts a quick wraparound on me, my X-Factor boosts my ability to make saves while sliding over to stop a play. For my superstar abilities, I'll be using Tip Jar and No Timer. I hate getting scored on by deflections, so I use Tip Jar in combination with my 93 overall vision to give myself the best possible chance to save deflections coming from the point. The No Timer superstar ability increases my save ability and reaction time when facing one-timers. One-timers are a popular choice for the top teams in ESHL, and I want to use my goalie's speed combined with the No Timer ability to give me all the help I can get when a team pulls off a clean play. For my boosts and attribute
A
adjustments,
clean play, I mean a
I
glitch
add
play?
the agility V1 and speed V2 boost to my goalie.
I mean
For my
a
low
glitch
attributes, I subtract
pass
from
across?
my 5-hole and add 1 point to both glove low
Not
and
even the
stick
computer
low,
goalie can
up
save?
to 90. As I stated earlier, I prefer to rely on manual butterflying when I need to, so I set my 5-hole down to 81. And this allows for improved low save animations on my glove and stick side, which I don't have as much control over. For my hands, I subtract from passing and bring it down to 84. A goalie's passing is pretty moot in the SHL. I focus on stopping the puck, not creating offense, so I add 1 point to glove and stick high to bring them up to 90. For quickness, I lower my poke check down to 85. It's something I rarely use when I play.
This game is
so
just
I add
bad.
1 to speed and 2 to agility.
This
Speed determines your speed moving
Sorry,
inside
tried
or
not to
outside
cough.
the crease. I want to be able to put my goalie exactly where I need to, as quick as I can. Agility determines my quickness in making saves, the most important aspect of playing goalie, as well as my acceleration moving around the crease.
Oh,
These
thanks,
are the
man.
two
Thanks for
attributes
the
I
like.
value the most when playing
We
goalie.
appreciate it,
For
man.
positioning, I subtract points for rebound control and breakaway and add them into vision, bringing vision up to 93 and recover up to 94. Vision limits the screen effect on my goalie, which is
This is
constant
very
in game
slow.
sixes. Recover determines how quickly you can be ready to make the next save, which is something I find very important for saving rebounds and
It's
chaining
very
together
slow.
multiple
Very
saves
slow
in a
paced
row.
video.
This is what I use and what gives me confidence and allows me to
I'm
do
saying
my
that
best.
my
It
videos
will
are
be
slow
different
paced too
for
anyways,
everyone.
but
Please experiment with all the fun new abilities and custom builds an AHL 22 has to offer and find what works for you.
Let's build a forechecking winger. We're gonna start with a grinder build.
oh,
6'2",
they're just showing
185.
just
We sacrifice
random
1
builds.
speed to go from 5'10" all the way up to 6'2". Extra reach with our stick.
Man,
I
this
think
is
that's a good
boring.
trade-off. With our zone ability, we're gonna use no contest, which should help us pick up loose pucks. For our superstar, we're gonna use Yoink and Magnetic. Yoink should help us. If
At least
we
this
don't get
guy's a
loose
little
puck,
bit
stay with
quicker.
Someone quickly in the corner and then get out of there as fast as we can. Magnetic should help us if we use our speed to get a breakaway and our teammate hits us with a pass. We don't want to be dropping those. Our main offensive strength
No
is really
gameplay?
just our
Nope.
athleticism. So we want to focus on making sure we can use that to the best of our ability, and that superstar ability can help us do that. For our boosts, we're using durable skating and steady strides, which help with speed and excel, as you might imagine. Our athleticism is what we're focusing on. For our attributes, technique, we are sacrificing wrist shot and slap shot accuracy fully -5.
Holy crap,
to get
man.
+5 speed, +3 balance, and then we also have to sacrifice 3
You don't need to
agility
go
along
in
the
at
way.
each one and
Balance is important.
show
It lets
us.
Get the
we could
steady
see
strides
what's
accurate,
minus
which
and what's
helps us
not.
Get the extra +2 to acceleration. For power, we're gonna sacrifice both shots fully -5 each to get +5 acceleration. We're not touching the other two attributes because both are important, and sacrificing one for the other doesn't feel right. For play style, we are sacrificing our awareness mostly, -3 to offensive awareness, -5 to defensive, to get +1 passing, +5 body checking, +2 stick checking. We want to be on the front foot, so defensive awareness isn't as important. We want to be on top of people rather than waiting for
I feel like all
interceptions.
this stuff will
So
be
if we're
in Be a
forechecking them,
Pro.
we're probably not going to intercept the puck anyway. What we're going to do
Like the
is
zone
quick
abilities,
rubs them, hit
superstar
them before they get
abilities,
the
these
pass off,
boosts.
or just
I
interrupt
feel
them
like
with
they'll
the
be in
defensive
Be a
skills
Pro,
they
and you
have
will
and
have to
waiting
like
for
buy the
confirmation.
boosts or buy like
Then for
the
offensive
zone
awareness, I
abilities or
would
the
rather
superstar
have it a little bit
abilities. You will have
higher,
to
but
buy them.
Unfortunately, you can't get everything super high, so you have to sacrifice.
I got a feeling. I got a
points,
feeling of that.
and that's okay. For tenacity, we are sacrificing.
But they're just showing
2 hand die
builds.
to get 4 strength to get
That's
it up
it.
to 80. We're getting 1 durability, which helps.
They're
us
not
get
really
the durable skating
showing
boost.
us
We get
anything.
+2 speed, which is obviously awesome.
Just showed us.
And
They
then shot
could have just
blocking
showed us like
-5,
a player
because I
build
think out
and
of
then the
these
goalie build,
attributes,
and like, okay,
does
let's move on to the
durability
next
need
thing.
for a boost? This is the
No,
least one.
no, they're showing
Then
us
for
every single
tactics,
class.
+5
You can make a
peeking,
class. You can make a.
everything else.
could
Unless
change.
they're center, doesn't matter too much. So sacrifice all that. Get your +5 deking. And for me, I have -4 faceoffs, -3 discipline, -5 fighting skill, because you have to use the point somewhere. So faceoffs and discipline get a little bit of love. And that's it.
Thanks for that, guys. It'll be exciting to see what kind of builds everyone comes up with once they get their hands on the game. Shifting back to our conversation, we've talked about the revamped UI and the party system making playing with your friends and just overall mode navigation a whole lot easier. We went over the new reimagined loadouts and the increased customization players now have for their skater. What other changes have you made across the mode?
Sure, Clappy. We are adjusting a few things and adding a few small features that I think are going to increase the quality of life of our players. We heard feedback over the season finals being too long, so we are shortening that window. We also changed the color of the ice since we received feedback that for some players it was kind of hard to see the puck on the ice. We are adding a new matchmaking setting for clubs to control
It is
team
pretty
size
boring.
difference. Clubs will now be able to match the exact amount of players they have on their lobby at the time, or up to a 4 players difference. This is important because we want to give our clubs the freedom to control the type of game they might get once they go into matchmaking. And for all the players that participate in private leagues, we added a small quality of life feature, which is the possibility of restricting the skipping of the cutscenes. And this is great for streaming games, right? Our players are very excited as they are playing the game and they want to skip the replays, but that makes for a poor experience when watching the game. So we added the possibility of controlling it.
There you have it, everything new in the world of Chel. I want to take this moment to also announce that the NHL 22
That was
closed
it?
technical test will go
You
live
showed
tomorrow
builds. You
on
didn't
August
show
30th,
anything.
and it will be centered around the world of Chel. So you'll have the opportunity to jump in and play.
Oh, man,
tomorrow
EA.
when you're registered. But even if you missed registration, stay tuned to our social channels as we will be giving out some codes throughout the week. Thanks again to Ariel.
It's
and
good
the
for
entire
matchmaking,
team
like
for
the
everything they've
different, like you
implemented
could
this
select
year.
the amount of
I hope
players
guys
you
enjoyed the first
exact,
episode
like you
of
want to do
the
exact
series.
or
I think this turned out
plus
to be a
2 or
great way
plus
to
1 or
showcase
plus
the
3
mode.
or
And while I don't
4
want to spoil the content in our upcoming videos, you'll definitely want to make sure you tune
stuff like
in.
that. That's
I'll
cool.
see you in September where
But
we'll be talking everything gameplay.
At the end of the thing, they just showed us like 12, like just showed us like 20 builds. That's it. They didn't really show us anything. I was kind of disappointing. That was really boring and really disappointing, in my opinion. That was just, I don't know what that was. No, they just showed us like what the lobby looks like, and then 4 different builds, which they could have showed us. They could have showed us, like I said, like a player build, then a goalie build, then moved on from that and probably showed us a little bit more features in that game mode. So it's just hopefully the next thing. It was a deep dive into, hey, you could change this, you could change the few settings on, like you could change a few settings on this player and that's about it. That's all you could do. Good luck. Hopefully the next one is a little bit better. I'm hoping. Sorry for the cough. I'm still a little bit sick, so. Yeah, beta drops tomorrow, so hopefully we're getting our codes tomorrow or tonight. Let me check my email. Might make the live stream a little bit laggy, so sorry about that. Yeah, it's making it too laggy. It's just that was disappointing, in my opinion. That was just disappointing. But like I said, hopefully the next one will be better. I get a feeling those changes will be coming to be a pro in a way that man, I'm gonna cough. All right, sorry about that. Just had like a coughing fit, so sorry about that. I mean, it was a deep dive. Yeah, it was a deep dive into every single player class you could possibly do. So, I didn't see the need for that. In my opinion, I didn't see the need for that. They could have made that a lot shorter and a lot more interesting. Like, just show a player class, show a goalie class, show you could change this a few stuff in matchmaking. Show like you can actually invite your friends before you get into a lobby or into a dressing room, and move on. Man, I'm having a coughing fit. I might have to end this live stream because I'm having a coughing fit, and it's pretty annoying to hear somebody cough on the microphone. Sorry about this, guys. I was hoping I could feel better today, but nope. But anyways, if you guys want to talk more about this, you guys can head over to my Discord. There'll be a link in the description down below. So you guys could tell me all the problems that you thought was wrong with this, and I could probably include it into my video that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to do like a break. I do every single time they do this, I do like a breakdown video until you guys, or I'll give you guys my opinions on the things, so like I can talk about it a little bit more and everything like that. So if you guys actually want to get included in that, make sure you guys head over to our Discord, join the Discord, head over to the hockey discussions room, and you guys could put all your opinions there. But anyways, I'm gonna get off before I have another coughing fit and everything like that. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next live stream. So yeah, I don't know when that's gonna be. Probably when EA does another premiere. So, but anyways, my name is Prez, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream.